Health is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Let's go!
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up, cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, though. Positive attitudes, behavior, that's a lifelong dream goals.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become a better you, to be the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.
Health matters to me.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jackie.
And Coach Patrick.
Welcome to Health Matters Live podcast, where your health matters.
Yes. This is a day the Lord has made.
And we're going to choose to rejoice and be glad in it.
That one we're going to do, y'all. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
we're getting ready to take us a little break, some R&R.
Take some R&R. Listen, we want you to join us right here every Saturday at 9 a.m. as we bring you relevant information as it pertains to your health and well-being. We'll have healthcare professionals and other professionals on the show to assist us in helping you to be the best you that you can be as it pertains to your health and wellness.
Guys, you already know what to do. Head over to Get Fit with Jackie Fitness on Facebook and subscribe, like our page, and go over to YouTube and subscribe to Health Matters Jackie and Coach.
Yes. Make sure you do that. Got to build up that audience, y'all. Listen, happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday in this great month of December. And happy anniversary to everyone that's celebrating an anniversary in this great month of December.
Congratulations. We get ready to celebrate 40 years.
Yeah, next month is our month.
January 3rd, 40 years of marriage.
That's right. So, Jackie, we got 2024 coming up.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, we are so excited. And our Women on and Wellness ambassador, engagement champion, Dr. Cindy Besson of Women Health Associated has invited us to bring Women on and Wellness to the beautiful city of Aiken, South Carolina, at the USC Aiken campus.
Looking forward to it.
We are getting together. We have a team of doctors from the Aiken Regional Hospital. We also have, our doc. Y'all get ready for Dr. Dan. It'll be a surprise. Dr. Dan is in the studio. So, guys, we're excited. We're gonna have just team of doctors in the building sharing their wealth of knowledge, and we're going to unite and ignite women's wellness to inspire women to live healthier and active lifestyles.
Yeah, we're so excited about it. That's happening on February the 10th.
Yes.
Saturday.
Yes, Saturday. So guys, get ready. Registration going to be opening up soon. And I'm telling you, go ahead and get your tickets because they are going to go fast.
Yes, they are. Listen, guys, again, that's going to be Wild 2024 in the great city of Aiken. It's going to be on the USC Aiken campus on Saturday, February the 10th. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Got a lot of great things lined up for you. You don't want to miss it. You want to be there. Listen, if you'd like to be a sponsor, a partner, or a friend of this broadcast, you can call 706-592-8862. We'd love for you to partner with us just to do what we do on a weekly basis. All right, Jackie.
Yes. Absolutely, guys. So, guys, y'all know, we have Dr. Dan with us once a month to come and share his wealth of knowledge with us. Yes, we've been knowing Dr. Dan for a while. His wife, what he do. I tell you, we learned so much from him, and it's always a privilege and an honor to have him here And we're grateful for that, and
Most
for
definitely.
his wealth of knowledge. To be connected with him is such a blessing,
Most definitely.
and we thank God for him. That he continue to educate us and continue to help us help others. So he is one of those docs that help us bridge the gap to bring this information and bring awareness in our community, so we can help you be the best you that you can be. So, with further ado, we'd like to introduce you to, I like to call him our doctor, and Dr. Dan Jolich.
Aiken Chiropractic.
Yes, yes, of
Welcome
Aiken
to the show,
Chiropractic.
Dr.
Welcome to
Dan.
the
Good
show,
morning.
Dr. Dan.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's nice to see you again. And I heard about the people wishing birthday in December, and I have a birthday in December too, so it's already
Happy
passed. But
birthday.
my birthday
Happy
was December
birthday.
3rd, so
Awesome.
another year behind.
Awesome.
So I got to make sure
and,
I put that on my calendar right
yeah.
now.
December 3rd.
It's December the 3rd.
And I
Happy birthday.
also heard you about in January, but it's also my wife and mine wedding anniversary in January, January 31st. So we'll be,
Wow,
yeah, yeah,
So
congratulations.
you guys took the
mhm,
end of the month. We took the first of the month.
yeah, yeah. So
We
it
got
will be
married on January the 3rd.
Yeah, it will be 26th wedding anniversary for us.
Awesome. So I know y'all have something awesome planned. So
Yes, yeah.
I know Coach got some awesome plan. He used to wait for me, but I'm gonna let him lead this one. This is 40
Yeah,
years, and this is a milestone.
that's
So
good.
40.
yes.
And yes, and we're gonna participate at Women on Wellness in Aiken, so definitely want to do that. We haven't quite figured out what to do yet there, but we will
But you
figure
know
it
what?
out as we go along. But we'll do something there.
Yeah, but Dr. Dan, we kind of toured the place, and
Yeah,
we got a place laid out for you. If you want to do some
awesome,
some stuff, we got some set up for you.
cool.
If you want to, we're gonna take care of you.
We'll talk about it later.
All
Absolutely.
right. Okay.
My son went there. He graduated from USC Aiken from his high school. So I don't know if people know this, but if you live in Aiken County, they got something called Aiken Scholar Academy.
Hmm.
And my son did that. My 18 and a half year old now. Anyway, Aiken Scholar Academy. If your kid gets in there in the program is free, right? But they will go to high school on the USC Aiken campus, and they would do instead of 4 years of high school, they'll do it in 2 years, and then they'll take 2 years of college classes at USC Aiken. By the way, all of that is tuition free to kids that qualify. So it is an amazing program, and I would like people to know about it. I tell all my patients about it. Most people never heard of it, and that's why I spread the word because it's just a great program. So my son did great with that. He was actually a valedictorian for the class, and now he's at
Okay.
Clemson. He's going to be an engineer eventually. So he
Awesome.
is studying engineering, and from this program at USC Aiken, they gave him 77 credit hours
Wow.
towards his college degree. So he's
Wow.
officially junior year there, even though he's just starting at Clemson.
That's
So
good.
he
He's got a
just
head start.
yeah.
Yeah.
So USC Aiken is doing great, and I think my younger son, who is 16 and a half, he's still in high school. He goes to Mead Hall, but it looks like he wants to go to USC Aiken as well when the time
Okay.
comes to study business. So
That's
anyway, we kind of like
Awesome.
USC Aiken. We think it's a great opportunity, a great program for everybody, and we love to have it in our community. And we support it. So it's a great thing to have, and I'm glad that Women on Wellness is on USC Aiken campus. That's wonderful.
Oh yeah, we're
Yes,
looking
yes.
forward
We're
to it,
looking
Dr.
forward
Dan.
to. We're
Yeah,
excited.
So listen, Dr.
yeah,
Dan, last time you were on, you talked about stress, you talked about traveling
yeah,
during the holidays, and
yeah.
I think you want to talk a little bit about staying fit during the holidays.
And active.
Yeah, and nutrition, those good
Yeah.
subjects.
Well, we can kind of continue what we said last time because last time we talked about, Thanksgiving. Today it's a little bit more about Christmas and New Year's and other holidays around this time. So,
Mhm.
I just wanted to point out that, well, first of all, the person's stress levels and their spinal health are linked. They are linked through the nervous system. So,
Mm,
nervous system controls and coordinates the function of every living cell in the body. So, the stress level directly affects the nervous system.
yeah.
So, you should just think about what happens to a body physically when, the body gets stressed out. So
Mhm.
things change. And we're also going to talk a little bit about how specifically holiday stress can affect the body, what you can do about it. For instance, When you're stressed out, you're going to be traveling, you're going to be doing things, maybe you're going to be buying things, who knows? Your muscles will get tense. Your breathing patterns can change. And it can also affect the way you actually move and your joints function. So those are the things that can lead into stressful situations to the body. So changes in a person's, posture, for example, can also lead to other types of issues like neck pain or back pain or shoulder pains and other things. And all of that is in response to the stress you're feeling. So the reason I talk about posture is depends how you're sitting, if you're driving a car for a while, or if you are in a plane or what have you. So, all of that is stressful to the body. So we need to be aware that that can happen. And then if it does happen, and it probably will happen, what can we do about it to, make that go away or make it better? I would also say that stress can often trigger some of the cycles of pain of dysfunction. And the process of that is coordinated through the nervous system, immune system, and musculoskeletal system. So I just want to make sure people are, aware of that. So, for instance, when somebody is under stress, like they're traveling, they're going to see family, what have you, or they're with family, they just don't live their normal lives anymore. So you might notice that during the holidays, you may not be exercising like you used to. Maybe you're exercising a lot less. And the lack of exercise and immobility can also lead to pain and stiffness, which can also bring your mental health down, which in turn can also lead to even more stress. So it's kind of like a like a repeating, cycle.
Right.
There are things you can do to combat the effects of stresses on the body. So I would like to say there's different ways we can do that. First of all, look at your posture. If you are sitting in a car and driving for 8 hours, 10 hours. I used to drive to New Jersey in the past during Christmas. We don't do it anymore, but we used to. And man, that's like a 13-hour trip. And
It's a long trip. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it is.
So it's a long, long way to go. So, I used to try to do it at one time in one shot when I was younger, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I had to break it up. So, it's okay if you don't get there the same day you started. Maybe you need to, sleep over somewhere along the way and, go and continue the next day. So you have to kind of give it a little thought. I also did the same thing. I started, sleeping somewhere along the middle of the way, and then I break it up into, 2 days kind of, and it was a lot easier. I also looked at different ways to go. If I was going to, say, New Jersey, I used to just go I-20 to I-95 and take I-95 all the way through Washington, D.C., and then New Jersey. Terrible way to go. I mean, lots of tolls when you
Lots of
get in.
traffic.
That is
Traffic, tolls, all kinds of stuff. And then the traffic slows down to a crawl, and it's just, it takes forever, and it's annoying and busy. So, I found alternative ways. There might be alternative ways to your travel that you haven't thought about, and it might not really, make such a big, problem for you as far as getting there a little bit later. It's better to get a little later than have an accident or have something happen, or stress your body out where you actually feel physical consequences of that.
Mhm.
So what we did, just as an example, I found out that if I take it in 2 days, I would drive to Virginia. So I didn't go all the way to D.C. or what have you. We would try to get to around Virginia, so we would take I-95 for a little bit, and then we get off the main road, take the back roads to. There's a thing in Virginia called Chesapeake Bay Bridge and Tunnel, and you get to somewhere around Newport News is the name of the town. So we drive to there and get a hotel room there and get some rest, and then the next day I would go through that peninsula in Maryland and go over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge and Tunnel thing, which is actually really fun. And then you get to the peninsula part, and it's like very little traffic. The roads are really nice. You even see deer along the side, and kind of fun. And then you take this ferry, and it goes, to New Jersey. It goes from Delaware all the way to New Jersey. And while you're on the ferry, I'm not driving. I'm sitting around for a couple
Right.
hours or so, enjoying the view, having a meal, whatever, and relaxing. And then when I get to the other side, it's not really that big of a drive anymore in New Jersey to get to where we were going to see my sister-in-law and all that. So we've done that, and it's a lot more enjoyable drive if you just, accept the fact you don't have to be there in 13 hours. You can
And
split
plan
it
it out.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to plan it out,
Plan it out. Yeah.
I
So
know.
same,
'Cause
same
you,
thing with other forms of travel or whatever. Just plan it out a little bit and
mhm.
make sure you don't stress your body to the point where you can't fall asleep. You fall asleep while you're driving or you can't stay awake. Just watch all that stuff.
That's good,
So
Dr.
I
Dan,
would,
because you kind of
yeah,
made the trip itself a little adventure, by
yes,
making stops and taking the
yeah.
ferry and things of that nature.
I
It
know it, and
doesn't.
as you get older too, Dr. Dan, that
Yes.
alone travel, I tell you, after about 3 hours,
You have to break it up.
I have to break
Hmm.
it up.
hmm So if you're stressed out and doing all this stuff, the stress, of course, affects everything. Affects your posture. It can affect the way you move or don't move, and the abnormal motion can lead to pain and inflammation in your tissue. So we want to avoid that. So hey, instead of trying to get there, by all means. I mean, I'm sure the family members will be okay if you get there, a little bit later. But maybe break it up like that, and then you have time to maybe go for a little walk, a little jog, a little run, or something in the morning before you leave the next day. So you're not so overworked and stressed out and everything else. Also, you can choose a hotel room along the way that has a gym. A lot of them offer a little indoor gym that you can. It may not be
Mhm.
like I don't know what, but you can see pictures online when you schedule these things. And if you has something you can do, maybe elliptical machine or treadmill or bicycle, or maybe has a flat bench with some weights. Hey, that's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Go ahead and do that, and do a little workout and then continue on. So that is much better than just sitting in the car for 13 hours in my case. And it's just you don't need to push yourself. There's no need to do all that. When you
absolutely.
get somewhere, when you get to your family and friends or wherever you're going, can you please just think about your own body and your own life? You just don't want to be sitting around. Plan your day. All right, so you want to have hanging out time, you want to have a meal with somebody, that's fine. But maybe first thing in the morning when you wake up, you go outside for a walk. Just do something. Go for a walk, bring your sneakers or headphones or whatever. If it's up north, it's cold, well, get some warm clothes and all that, or do something. Just go ahead and plan some exercise. Don't just be sitting around eating and watching TV. That's pretty much the worst you can do.
That's a
Now,
great
drink,
point. Right.
yeah, drink a lot of water. Water is very, very important. And we all know, you have to eat your calories, but you don't have to drink your calories. So water
That's
has no calories. And one thing patients tell me all the time when I tell them, hey, you got to drink more water. And then the number one response is, oh, doc, I hate water. I don't like the taste of water. Well, that's terrible. I mean, you gotta change that. You cannot not like the taste of water. That's like saying I don't like to breathe.
Mhm.
It's like a simple thing. It's like a natural thing. We all should drink like water. You don't have to eat or drink every time like it's a part in your mouth. Sometimes it's just a good thing to do and gives you sustenance and gives you the energy that you need and hydration and all that. So it doesn't have to be a party every time you eat something. Okay, sometimes
That's
you got to
true.
just eat to nourish your body. So
That is
that's
true.
where water comes in.
Yeah,
So we
and
gotta.
let me pick something in on that, Dr. Dan, because what you're saying is so important, and some people think who don't like water, but we've met people that don't like water neither. And as you
Yeah,
said, some things you have to do just for
yeah,
purpose. You can't try to do things for pleasure all the time. You
that's
gotta
right.
Right.
do things for purpose sometimes.
Yes, and
And,
I
and,
agree. Yeah. Go ahead,
mhm.
Dr. Dan.
And I was going to say, that's actually a neurological link that you're creating in your brain. If you are always drinking something that gives you pleasure, like you drink, I don't know, sodas or something with sugar in it, which typically, receptors in the brain respond to that, and it get you that cycled form that you kind of need more and more sugar to stay happy. That's
Right.
not good. You got to break the cycle because, in America, we drink too much stuff that's loaded with sugar and additives and all this other stuff and wheat stuff like that. We need to change that. So water is a normal, natural thing to drink and use most of the time. I would say if you never drink water, well, you're not healthy. Okay, something's got to change. You should drink mostly water and then drink sometimes something else as a treat. But it
Right.
shouldn't be the other way around. You shouldn't drink stuff, like loaded with sugar all the time as a treat. It's just not going
Yeah.
to be good for you. And don't even get me started with those artificial sweeteners. None of those are good for you. I
No,
mean,
I know
we
that's
can
a whole nother subject.
yeah, we can have a whole episode just on that and why those
Yes.
things are good or bad or why people think they're good and what do they do to you. But let's just say they're not good for you, you know. So either drink water and then most of the time, and then sometimes drink something you like as a treat, but don't drink those other things all the time. So water is very important. Now, water is important for your muscles. You know, your body, your muscles in your body are 80% or more water. So when you dehydrate, there's a certain chemicals in your muscles, certain minerals, and they would concentrate, would be in a higher concentration than when you're hydrated. And the muscle tissue can fire, and it can fire on its own. So if the concentration of those, basically minerals are too high, reach a certain level, the muscle will reach what they call extra potential, and they will fire on its own. So,
Mhm.
if you're getting, muscles, they're kind of, you feel like muscle spasms or something, sometimes people have little eyebrow, they kind of gets to tense up or underneath the eyelid or something. And they say, man, I don't know why my eye is just kind of twitching. It's twitching. I feel it twitching. First thing you got to do if that happens, go drink some water, get a glass of water. Maybe you are dehydrated. Maybe you haven't drank enough, water recently. And people forget, they get, preoccupied with their lives. But some of the things that we drink, since we're talking about water, are really diuretics. They take the water out of your body. So,
Mhm.
like, coffee is a diuretic. So,
Mhm.
it's got caffeine in it. So, caffeine will take the water out of your body. Diuretics, and people don't understand that, diuretics are things that when you drink them, they're liquid, but when you drink them, they take the water out of your body. This is one of the reasons
Right.
you're not supposed to drink seawater. Like when you see the movies and people are, I don't know, there's a shipwreck and these survivors are in the boat and they have no water and some of them go crazy and start drinking, seawater because they can't take it anymore. They end up dying because there's salt in that water and it's too salty, has too much sodium, and basically takes the water out of your body. And so they would just simply die. So, there's a lot of sodium in other things we drink that we should be avoiding. So just plain old water. That's
Yeah.
all you got to do. So
And
please drink more water.
and
And
here's
make
the
it
thing too, Doc. Go ahead, Jack.
and put some lemons in if you just don't like the
Yeah,
plain
that's what I was
water.
about to
Yeah,
say.
And
yeah,
lemon is very good for you to
yeah,
flush out your kidneys and your
Cucumbers,
liver, and
yeah,
cucumbers and things like that. So
yeah,
just to add the
flavor.
flavor to that, you're absolutely
yeah,
right, Dr. Dan. You have to drink water. You cannot
yeah,
um, substitute anything else for just good plain water.
Yeah,
yeah,
and here's the thing too with drinking the water too. There's another benefit of it. Once we drink water, and during the holiday season, seems like everything we do, we gather with family and friends. It's around food. But if you drink
hmm,
enough water, it'll give you a full feeling where you may won't eat as much. When you
yeah.
go to the different activities.
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes people confuse hunger for thirst,
Yeah.
Sometimes people think
Yes.
they're hungry when they're really not hungry.
Stay
And if you drink
thirsty.
a glass of water, yeah, you'll be fine. You don't have to eat as much. So absolutely, those are some strategies to, help lose weight. And then I like what you said about lemon. When it comes to that, they need to buy fresh lemon. They shouldn't be buying these lemons in a bottle
Right.
or lemon juice or what have you. It should be a freshly squeezed lemon juice. So get those yellow, I think they call Mayer or something lemons in the store. They're not expensive. I like the yellow ones. You go ahead and take them. And actually, this is a good thing to do in the morning. Some of the things I read says you should take before you eat anything in the morning, just as you wake up first thing in the morning, you should drink a glass of water. But they also say you should drink a glass of lemon water. So take one of those lemons, cut it, in half and squeeze the lemon juice in that glass of water, drink that on the empty stomach. It would actually help you lose weight. So, I forget exactly what the mechanism there is, but it does something to the intestinal bacteria and it changes the environment or something to it. So you don't need as much. So anyway, it's better to, do that than just, overeat.
Yes.
When it comes to supplements, so we talked about exercise, we talked about posture. Got to watch your posture, take breaks, exercise. Don't forget to exercise. Don't forget to at least walk. If you can't walk, you're in big trouble. You got to at least walk. If you can do other things, that's even better. But walking is basic, and then drinking water as well. And as far as the supplements are concerned, I would say I prefer, to do fresh fruits and vegetables. That's really good. But if you don't eat enough of those things, then maybe you need some supplements. I like oranges. I like mandarin oranges. Those are pretty good. They're high in vitamin C. Just watch the sugar level because, they do have sugar in them. It's a different kind of sugar. It's a
Right.
natural sugar, so it's good. But, it's good to a point. Sugar is still sugar. So you got to watch that.
Right.
Bananas could be good too, but don't eat like three bananas. One is enough. And, then there's other things. Avocado is really good for you as well. I would also say fresh vegetables are excellent, but you have to make them. And I don't mean going to the, fast food restaurant or restaurant. Make them at home. It is cheaper. It is better. You know where they come from. The quality will be better, but there is a little bit of work involved. So that kind of work should make you happy about what you do. You should feel satisfied that you actually made that and you feel good about yourself. So go buy stuff that you like to eat. Typically, what I like to make a salad, this is just me. I buy some tomatoes, onions, cucumbers. I like roasted red pepper. I like regular, fresh pepper. And sometimes I put olives in there. Anyway, those are kind of main ingredients that I do. And I cut them. There's a certain way I cut them. And I cut them in, I put them in a bowl, and then you don't need to buy a store bought or store made salad dressing. You never need that really. All you need is two, maybe three things, and have your own salad dressing. You'll be so much healthier and better than anything in the store. Take one of those store bought salad dressings, like I don't know, Thousand Island or Blue Ranch or blue cheese, and read the label. There's going to be a bunch of
Right.
stuff on there. You don't even
Yes,
know what that is. Uh,
exactly.
you don't need that stuff. It's
It-
chemicals. But
right.
they put them in there so the stuff will last longer and things of that nature. So
Yeah.
don't do it. I used to be a food scientist. You don't need all this stuff. So here's how you make the salad that I just described. All you gotta do, you mix it with your hands, let the tomatoes and other stuff kind of release the juices in there. Then you put a little bit of salt in it. I kind of like sea salt, but there's other types of salt as well. Mix it out after you put some salt in it. Make sure it tastes to your liking. And then if you put a lot of tomatoes, you can just put some olive oil. And you don't even need anything. You can just do salt and olive oil. That's all you need. And the juice from the tomatoes has acid to it, and it's gonna act, really nice. Try that. It's gonna taste delicious. Now, if you
Yeah.
want more acid, put some vinegar. I mean, there's red wine vinegar. There's I like the balsamic vinegar as well. But when I do a lot of tomatoes, I don't even put vinegar. I just do it olive oil and salt. That's it. I mix it up. You put it in the fridge a little bit, let it sit, let it kind of absorb into the vegetables, and then you eat it. It is delicious. I mean, you don't need anything
I'm,
else. It's
I'm
just
getting hungry
amazingly good.
just
I know it.
listen.
And
Yeah.
Dr. Dan, another one is you can blend if you got a blender. You can
Hmm.
blend some cilantro and
Yes.
some olive oil and vinegar with the
Hmm.
cilantro. You talking about a good cilantro vinaigrette with some
Yeah.
lime juice.
Good.
It
Hmm.
is so good.
I
And and
love
and
salads.
and you and there's all the ingredients in it. But
Yes.
versus you putting just three ingredients in there, then you go look at it in the store and they got 12 ingredients in here. For
Yeah, yeah.
what?
What's all that in it? Well, my wife also she likes to make a salad, just like same ingredients I just mentioned, but she likes to make it kind of like I guess Hispanic style or what have you. She doesn't put olive oil in it. She just squirts a little bit of a lime in it. Lime juice. Lime juice is very acidic, so it acts like a vinegar. So she puts a little bit of salt and a little bit of lime juice, mixes it up. It is delicious. Okay. So that's a little different taste, but it tastes great too. So, it just depends what you want to eat.
Absolutely. Add
Um,
some fruits to it. Some
yeah, yeah,
apples, strawberry,
yes,
mandarin.
And here's the
yeah,
thing about that taste thing. You just have to retrain your taste buds, with
yes,
salad because you've been eating a certain way, a certain type of foods for a long time.
yeah,
So, you have to give your body time to adjust, and it will. It will
yes.
adjust
Yeah.
to the new taste that
So
you introduced it to.
I would follow up on that. That is excellent point. So scientists have done research. What is the taste that we are born with? Like what is the inborn taste that we have? And they found out after all the research they've done, they found out we are only born with one inborn taste. That's it. Just one taste.
Wow.
Everything else is acquired taste that we acquire in our lives.
Mm.
And anything that's acquired can be changed because we were not born with it. So the only taste we're born, we know what it is, right? It's a taste for mother's milk. That's it. That's
Wow.
the only taste we're born as
Awesome.
babies. That's all we realize. That's all we
Everything else
want and
is
It's learned.
acquired.
is learned,
Acquired. Yeah, it means we
acquired
learn to. Yeah,
habits,
we learn
behavior,
to like it over time because we were exposed to that food. Like you are not born to like sodas. You are not born to like pizza. All
sugar.
of that is acquired taste.
Yeah.
So you can be healthy again if you are willing to do the work and change yourself. So
Yeah.
when you said it can be done, it can be changed. Excellent, excellent point. Of course you can. But here's the thing I want to point out. Every every cell in your body gets replaced over time. Like your skin cells flake very, very fast, but there's other stuff that flakes off as well and gets replaced. Like we are constantly renewed. So basically, different tissues get renewed at different rates. However, your body is almost pretty much all replaced every 90 days.
Right.
So they
Wow.
say if you want to make a change and change in tasting, the way you taste food and lose weight or whatever, you got to do a slow change over 90 days because your taste buds, your cells where you taste food, also get replaced within that time. So if you kind of slowly wean yourself off of certain things that are not good for you, like let's say sodas, and start replacing them with water, 90 days later, if you just drink water, it will not be so bad to you. It will not be like, oh, I don't really like it. You'll be fine with it. It's just you're gonna lose the taste for the other stuff. It
Nice.
just takes up to 90 days for that. So don't try to do it like cold turkey and be like, okay, starting tomorrow, I'm just gonna, yeah, well that's gonna fail. This is why when people make all this New Year's resolutions, a lot of the health food clubs or gyms or whatever, they kind of count on that. You see a lot of ads around this time of the year. Oh, join the gym, because
Mhm.
they know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, this year I'm gonna lose weight. So they go to the gym and they go like and they hit it full force. And guess what? 2 or 3 months later, they're all quitting because they can't sustain themselves. They're just
There you
hurting. They went
go.
too fast. You have to slowly do the change, and you'll be fine.
That's
So
right.
give yourself some time. It took a while to get where you are in life. It's going to take a little time to, fix it. I mean, it's the same with anything else. You can change the body. You just got to give it that time. Same thing with chiropractic. When I have people that come to the office and they're having, sciatic pain or headaches for, 3 years. Well, it took 3 years to be where they are now. I can't fix it in 5 minutes. I might get them better in 5 minutes. They might leave my office feeling better. But to actually fix it so it doesn't come back takes some repetition, takes a little bit of more, doing it so body will change. Body can change, but you gotta be, serious with it and you gotta be
That's
consistent with that stuff for a while and
That's
then it
the
will
word,
change.
Dr. Dan, consistent. And
Yeah,
that's what
consistency.
your body crave what you give what you're more giving it
Yeah,
consistent to. So that's why, and like you said, don't overwhelm yourself. A lot of
yeah,
people go into this and they overwhelm themselves and they don't give their body time to
yeah.
adjust, and that's why
No,
they get frustrated and fall right back into these old behaviors,
yes,
and they're worse than when they started where they was. So
yes.
just being consistent and finding that fit, your pace of what you can do and what works well for your body.
right. And
Yeah,
that's why it's so important to understand that when you start making these changes, it's about lifestyle changes.
yes,
Because when you know that it's a lifestyle, then you can slowly step through things and try different things that you
yeah,
can sustain. If you try to get it overnight, you're not going to be able to sustain it. If I want to
that's
lose
right.
weight, 5, 10 pounds in one week, I can probably do it if I drink my
But
breakfast,
it's
drink
not
my
Yeah,
lunch, and
sustainable.
drink
It's
my
not
dinner,
sustainable.
but I'm not going to be able to sustain that for the rest of my life. So it's so
no,
important to adopt things that you could sustain for the rest of your
no.
life. That's why it's lifestyle changes.
Yes, there's no quick fix. I mean, quick fix
Right.
doesn't exist. You can feel better if you do certain things like right away. But if you really want to change the body and change, the way your body functions and everything, that really takes lifestyle changes, and that takes some time, and that takes sticking to it. But it's like that with anything in life. If you want to be successful in your career, in whatever you do in life, you can't just be good at that for one day or a week or even a month. You just got to keep doing it for years, and then maybe people will understand. Okay, you're good at what you do, and I'm give you a chance. I got a lot of patience. I get busy in my office, but I do this. I like this podcast, and I'm gonna participate in the women of wellness and all that stuff because I think it's important to be consistent with my message that I portray about what I do, and the people I meet, and what I can do for them, or what chiropractic can do for them, and
Right.
the lifestyle change when do for them. So it's not just about getting a I don't know, I want to be busy for this year. I want to do this for the rest of my career. So in order to do that, I got to be consistent too. Just like everybody else should be consistent in their lives. So you got to look at yourself and say, hey, am I missing something in my life? Am I not consistent in something? Am I ignoring something? And then, also if you're consistent in bad things, like do you smoke? I mean, smoking is terrible.
Right.
Quit that,
Yes. Yes.
eventually it will catch up with you eventually. I mean, it might be okay for some time, but eventually the body will break down. I mean, it's just not gonna. So let's not do a quick fix. Let's look at it from a global perspective and actually change the body and change the lifestyle so we are happy. And then the only, I mean, it's amazing how high you can go in life, but you do it in small steps, small steps.
Small
You
steps.
know,
There you go.
yeah, when you see
Small
those
steps.
marathon runners, they run marathons. How many miles is that? But they don't think about. They just do it one step at a time. So if they calculate how many steps somebody did to run, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 miles, there's like 100,000 steps or more. I don't know. But they don't think about it. They just think of that
Right.
one step they're taking at that moment, and that's how they get through with it. So you got to break it down. Every task is approachable if you can break it down into smaller components. Because,
There you go. I like
and then you
that.
do the smaller ones, smaller ones are fixable. So when you,
Yes.
like this holiday, don't be stressed out, make a plan. Whatever works for you. If you want to write it down on a piece of paper or write it down on your phone or just have a memory jog you down, whatever you want to do, or put in your calendar on the phone and say, okay, I don't know, tomorrow I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna go to the park and walk for like 45 minutes, or I'm gonna go on the treadmill or whatever. Like you don't have to do things that cost money. There's things we can do for free. So
Yes.
there's a lot of stuff for free. I mean, water. Water is like the cheapest thing you can do.
And
Uh,
walking.
think about this. You go to a restaurant and they charge you almost $4 for a glass of Coke now. I mean,
Yeah.
3.50
Yeah.
or something, $4 with tax and tip and whatever, where water's free. I
Yeah.
mean, you will save money. So if you like going out to eat and you calculate, just sit on the paper or use your phone on calculator and say, all right, if I don't order Coke or tea or whatever every time I eat out, and I just get water, which is free, how much money do I save? And then times how many times you eat out. See how much money you save in a year. It's going to be eye
Well,
opening.
it
You
will be.
know,
It will be.
people spend so much money they don't have to spend. It is unbelievable. We
You're
are
right.
we are very wasteful in this country because we have everything and we're being bombarded constantly on ads on TV, on
Yes.
internet or whatever. Oh, buy this, they get this. You got to have this. Maybe you don't. It doesn't matter if you can afford it. Doesn't mean just because you don't have something you can't afford it. It just means you're smart. Like, do you really need all this crazy streaming stuff? Do you need a Disney and I don't know, Netflix and Max and
And,
Hulu and
I
and what?
know.
Amazon? There's so many
And
ones.
what? Yeah. And what
Maybe,
happens when we get all of that stuff? We find ourselves, living a setting.
Distracted, and it's
yeah,
unhealthy. It's so
yeah,
unhealthy. And you sit
yeah,
there and you're on your phone all day,
yeah,
scrolling,
Running up
scrolling, scrolling.
monitoring.
That
yeah.
stuff is
It's crazy.
addicted.
It's
And it's a
crazy.
distraction. And you could be doing something
Sedentary.
much
Yeah,
more
Yeah.
reading a book or
Yes.
walking, just sitting, scrolling, scrolling,
Yeah.
scrolling, scrolling, scrolling all day on your social media. You're sitting down all day. Then you come home and you're sitting all day. That's a
That's it.
sedentary lifestyle. That's not an
I-
active
And it could,
lifestyle.
yeah, and
Imagine,
it can cause
imagine,
chemical
yeah.
issues. Yeah.
Imagine if you take the time you just wasted, going on Reddit and reading stuff or comments or on Facebook or something. If you took that time and you got a degree, there's degrees out there. They're even free. You can get online. How
Mhm.
good is that? Getting a new knowledge, learning something, some new skill that you can maybe use and get your career better. And you can always use some new knowledge. So you
Yes.
can do that and get something new that you might not be thinking about. So, for instance, I have decided, and I didn't know I could do this until earlier this year, that I'm going to go ahead and take the class. I have to take CE credits, continuing education credits for
Hmm.
my license renewal every year. Okay, so I take a bunch of credits all the time, and I do it. But I decided this coming year I'm going to take this course where I can do the DOT exam. So I, as a doctor of chiropractic, can do those DOT exams for people that have DOT, special licenses like truckers or bus drivers. They have to renew their license almost like every year, and
Hmm.
they have to get an exam from a healthcare practitioner. And chiropractors are allowed to do those exams, but I have to
Awesome,
get
awesome.
yes. So I gotta get trained. I gotta take I think it's like a 12 credit hour class, and I take that class, and I can do it at home. I can do it from the internet, and
Hmm.
so take the class and then take a test. I go and get a test, and then I get a DOT number, provider number, and then I can go and advertise, hey, I can do DOT exams. And I looked it up on their website. There's nobody in my area listed that does this DOT exams. So, if you get their license, they put you on this website so truckers or bus drivers can, look you up. There's nobody in my area doing it. So I'm like,
Right.
why don't
Right.
I do it?
There
Oh,
you
there
I
go.
you
gotta,
go.
yeah,
Go
I gotta
get it.
take this. I gotta take these classes regardless for my license renewal, and that actually counts for those continuing education credits. And I'm like, why don't I do that? So I'm gonna do that as well,
That's
and get it knocked out. So instead of me reading about stuff I like motorcycles on the internet or watching YouTube videos, I'll go ahead and study and get another certification.
There
So
you go. Doing something new, building a new
yeah,
habit. Yes,
and,
that's
and
so
awesome.
and that's what it's about,
everybody
man.
can do that.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
Dr. Dan talked about a lot of things on this morning, but
Yes,
just exploring different things,
yeah,
Yes.
where you can spend your time. If you know that you need to become more healthy, then you need to explore
yeah,
that. You need to spend your time, researching how you can
yeah,
do that, how
Right.
you can do that better. But Dr.
yeah.
Dan, listen, it's great. Every time we have fun,
Yeah,
we
and now
put the
y'all see
best
why we
time.
have Dr. Dan on this
It's
show.
fun.
Guys, you can't pay for this wealth of knowledge.
No, it's good.
Come on,
so
guys.
so
Free,
Yeah,
giving this every week and then once a month, information
yeah,
pertaining to your health
health and
and
well-being,
well-being.
most
And
definitely.
that's what Coach and I do. We help bring awareness. We help you provide the resources, connection to the doctor. I have connected several people that goes from our show goes to Dr. Dan right now and been with
true,
him 2 and 3 years and still with him, and we still bringing
true.
clients his way.
All
It's
right, Dr.
amazing.
Dan, tell us about your Power Wellness program, and we're going to get ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, so we do the Power Wellness to help people stay well, so it's not extremely difficult to come and do it. Basically, right now they can come once a week and get chiropractic care, and it's I think $79 still for 4 treatments, which is once a month. So that's less than $20 a visit, and that also includes a therapy if needed and chiropractic treatment with me. And also, I have a Dr. Allison that works there as well. So mostly me though. And so, we do that. And then if somebody does the whole year, then I will give them up to 2 X-rays once a year free of charge to check the progress and make sure they're okay and just go from there. So that's called Power Wellness, but anybody can use it. I'm a provider for health insurance and for Medicare and Medicaid, and we do personal injury as well. But if you need to use Power Wellness, it's on our website, aikenchiropractic.com, and take a look if we can do something and help you get there and help you get there financially responsibly. So
Awesome.
803, our number is 803 641 9191. It's in Aiken, South Carolina. And you can see our website, aikenchiropractic.com. Everything's on there.
Awesome. Awesome.
All
Dr.
right.
Dan, thanks again for being with us on this morning. Any last things that you want to share with the listening audience?
Well, enjoy the holiday. Don't get stressed out. Make a plan, follow the plan, stay well, and go back all recharged instead of exhausted at the end of it. That's all I would say.
That's it. That's that's that's
Awesome.
that's a lot.
All right,
That's
guys.
good.
So if you need chiropractic care, listen, go to aikenchiropractic.com and you can be able to set you an appointment. And you should make chiropractic care part of your wellness care because
Right.
it's not a one-time thing. You don't wait till your back is hurting or aching or you can't stand up straight. You want to get that wellness care so that you can relieve the stress on your nerves and things of that nature. So, and Dr. Dan will be a good place for you to go. Dr. Dan, thanks again for being with us on this morning, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, happy holidays to everybody.
Okay. Happy holidays. Enjoy yourself. Happy birthday again, and happy anniversary.
All
Awesome.
right, Dr. Dan.
Okay. See you later.
All right, Jackie, that was awesome. Dr. Dan he went over a lot of different things.
Absolutely. We may have to break this into part two.
But the thing of it is during the holidays, your fitness routine, it's gonna be tested. It just is.
It
The
is
way
because
you
the temptations around you,
right.
and it's things that, and it's about discipline. And discipline doesn't mean that you can't have some of the things that you like to enjoy. It's when we eat
gotta
too much
manage
of it. You got to
self-control.
manage it.
Practice
So
self-control.
that's when we're undisciplined. There's no self-control. And the Bible talk about self-control.
Right.
So we just have to know, hey, this is enough. And your body really warns you this is enough because you know what you normally feel like and then what you feel like when you're consuming too much sugar or too much salt or too much of
Right.
anything.
And
You just have to manage that and
right.
and know how your body feels when it's eating these things. And so just like sodium, you can't put on your ring. You can tell you get puffy and
Mhm.
bloated, and so they make,
Because
oh,
of
I
the
need to
water
drink more
content
water.
that it causes. Yeah.
Exactly.
And here's the thing too. I like how Dr. Dan talked about how he was exploring new things even in his practice, right? So we have to, we can't get to a point to where we don't explore new things. And you have to try to explore new things when it comes to your eating habits, your nutritional habits. Dr. Dan talked about different ways that you can, prepare your salads to make them taste better and to be better for you. So,
Absolutely.
all of those things are great.
So it's some things that we can try. So look at going into 2024. What is, first of all, look at what's working for you. That's good. Improve, build on that. Then look at what's not working for you. If
Mhm.
it's not working for you, you change it. Take back control of your health.
Right.
You have that power to do that.
Right.
But don't try to compensate. I mean, don't try to overwhelm yourself.
Right.
Write down
Process.
write them down and
Right.
say, okay, I'm gonna try this first. I'm gonna try to drink a little bit more water.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna go to sleep an hour earlier now. Those things. Oh, I'm gonna take a break off social media for a whole week just
Right.
to clear my mind. And I'm gonna start journaling. These are little things
Yeah.
that we can do, can make a big difference in our lives when it
Definitely.
comes to brain health and relaxing and meditation and self-care.
So just challenge yourself. Whatever area you feel you need to do that, just challenge yourself. We thank you for listening on this morning to Help Matters. We want you to like our Facebook page at Get Fit with Jackie Fitness, and we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Help Matters Jackie and Coach.
Guys, remember, we're here to help you to become a better you, to be the best you that you can be. We like to leave you with 3 John 2. Beloved, wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. Guys, you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, guys.
Merry
Remember,
Christmas.
let's take our health back in 2024. Let's get it together, guys. We love you guys. We will see you in 2024.
Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Yeah, let's go.
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up. Cause you tune into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, no positive attitudes, behavior that's a lifelong dream goal.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become the better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.
Health matters to me.